Hey guys, welcome back to episode 2 of Trash Talk Top 5, and today we have two amazing guests. We have Kevin.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
And we have Ion.
What up?
I'm a freelance producer here and also a shooter. And I also freelance for Ion, which is,
And Ion, where are you from?
I'm from New York, but I've lived here for 10 years in Malaysia. And I have a company called Kicks, and we do a bunch of weird inventions and other stuff, and videos and things.
So today, we are all technically filmmakers, and we are gonna decide and rank our own top 5 and through our perspectives and thoughts. So, without further ado, let's start with our number 5.
Okay, so number 5, it will be Spirited Away.
A classic.
It's a classic.
That's good.
Because the director Hayao Miyazaki was actually like inspired by a 10-year-old. I felt like he also like dived into a lot of aspects of like the Japanese culture and like the folklore, which is something that like not everyone would do. It's the first Japanese animation film that actually was brought out from Japan. So it was like, for me, it was really interesting. And also like how they actually portray and made the characters look super interesting was like a bomb to me, right?
Yeah, the style of all the characters and the
and it was
masks.
All the like the details of that film was like excellent. Like 100%. Yeah, it was amazing.
It's a timeless classic lah. Like people still watch it today, and it's still on Netflix, right?
Spirited Away was one of like the best. You know? Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
Really good. One of the best animated films I've ever seen.
I have nothing to say against that, so as much as this show is called Trash Talk Top 5, like I can't say much about it, like I have to agree. Ion, number 5.
I'm going to pick Goonies, which is a classic kids movie.
Fucking classic, man. Like I love that film, dude.
Amazing.
So Booby Trap.
Yeah, exactly. If people haven't seen it, it's basically about these kids on like the shore of the US, and basically there's going to their town is going to be
bought over or something.
Yeah, bought over to make a golf course. Right. And so to save their town, they got to go on this adventure. And it's like a classic kids adventure, but it's super stylized and weird. Yeah. Like to open the door in the beginning, they have to do this Rube Goldberg thing where it hits this thing, ding, 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 and open it.
That's really interesting.
And then they find a treasure map. And then there's also just amazing characters. So
the monster, right?
Yeah. Exactly. A sloth.
Yeah, the sloth.
You can show sloth on Kevin's face. Okay, what I love about kids movies that Steven Spielberg and I forgot the other guy, Richard Donner, I think, directed it. There's actually like a heart behind it. Each character is developed a lot, and then it's funny as hell. And then there's also like adventure time, and I love adventures. Correct. So it's one of my favorite. I want to make a movie like that eventually.
Right.
For sure. I want to make
we'll see.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because if you guys don't know, like Ion creates like weird shit with kids, amazing weird shit with kids. So I think that's up your lane, honestly.
I totally.
Yeah.
I'm a kid's version of like not
kids.
like creepy. Yeah, not like a creeper.
Kicks for kids.
Yeah.
My number 5, nothing too special. I think compared to them, my choices are pretty much basic.
Basic.
Yeah, but like my number 5 is Coco from Pixar.
Okay.
Right? I think Coco, it tells a story about how this kid just followed his dream to like create something. He wants to be a musician, but the whole family is kind of like against it and stuff like that. While he is going through this adventure, going to afterlife and stuff like that, to technically find this musician who is inspiring him his whole life, and to find out that this musician is actually the bad guy and stuff like that. So just saying that when you follow your true dreams and stuff like that, it just brings you out to a much bigger place, like more than you've ever thought of.
It's also a musical.
Yeah.
Do you like musicals?
Very
musical?
driven with music.
Yeah.
Right?
For me, like not a top 5.
See me out.
For Coco, because I think I've seen another one that I think is The Book of Life.
Book of Life, yeah. I saw that one as well. It's a similar game.
But I felt like
with that Mexican culture, right?
It's more detailed, and also like the story was actually about a lot of things.
Correct.
I mean, like they talk about like love, family, and all. So I feel that in terms of like Coco and Book of Life, I would choose Book of Life. Yeah.
I think I would too.
Yeah.
It's alright.
But Book of Lies is good.
2v1, yeah.
Alright. Let's move on to number 4.
My number 4 will be Ready Player One.
Oh, good one.
Good one.
It's a really good
Good
one.
choice, good
Yeah.
choice. Fuck.
So Ready Player One, if you guys haven't watched it, it's actually a film where like this community is like kind of just playing a VR game. The founder of this game died and they have to like find treasures.
Yeah, the
and
Easter eggs.
The Easter eggs
Yeah.
to replace, get what I mean? And I felt like I really liked that one because they had like so many references of old movies.
Yeah.
Old games
like,
too.
Old
Yeah,
games too.
games
Yeah.
too.
And like I think they really did really well, you know, how they portray it and how they made, you know, the shining house.
Yeah.
You know, was like epic, you know, and how they actually like
Bring things
connected
together, you know.
to whatever like old and new. It's really interesting.
And it's also mixed animation and real life.
Correct.
Yes,
too.
yes.
correct.
And like
Really
how
cool.
and also like the animation was like really
Crazy.
nice.
Ready Player One for me, right? It's a movie where I can play and just start watching it in the middle, and you can still pick it up. Like it's very easy to watch and
Yeah.
easy to follow, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is a documentary. Choo! Did that work? All right, cool. Exit through the gift shop. It's about it's made by Banksy, or the collective of people that is Banksy, the artist, and it basically is a story where this guy wants to make a documentary about Banksy.
Yep.
But in the process, Banksy is like, hey, I actually want to make a movie about you because he's so weird and interesting. And in doing that, the guy who's the director becomes the center of the documentary, and then makes his own character called Mr. Brainwash. And Mr. Brainwash then becomes famous in the real world.
Oh shit.
And then he sells millions and millions of things. Okay, so what I love about the movie, besides Banksy's amazing and weird, is that it's a lot about the art world, because I love making like physical art and like installations and stuff. And I think like it's about how nothing's inherently valuable. Like a diamond's not valuable. It's just a thing until people say it's valuable.
Correct.
So what this guy did, Mr. Brainwash, was like basically copy Andy Warhol, but then spray paint on it. Yeah, he did like a bunch of very copycat type things. Like almost looks like a new Andy Warhol. For me, there's not really anything interesting about it, but because he's with Banksy, because he's had this thing, he has this huge opening. And he
People
sells out.
assume it has values, right?
Exactly. And so that's something interesting about life now, that like things don't really have value, especially like online, whatever.
Yep.
It's the same person who's famous will make a short video, and someone who's not famous, and that person will have millions and millions of views, and oh my God, it's so
Correct.
amazing. Is it?
Yeah.
Or
Or is it just
yeah. So that content is relative to who's making it.
Correct.
Sometimes, especially
100%.
now. You gotta watch it.
That was hard
You
to
didn't even
find.
see it. I can tell you
No,
didn't
I
see
didn't
it.
watch it. I didn't watch it.
You didn't
but
see it
like
either, I
now,
can tell.
definitely, I'm gonna watch
You
it.
should watch it.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely
so
I'm gonna
good,
watch
and it's
it.
so weird. I love movies that are
That's
strange.
something I'm gonna
All right, my number 4, Richie Rich.
Wow.
Do you guys know this film?
I do.
Richie Rich.
Get out of here. It's your own. Get out of here.
So it's fucking basic. It's so simple, but like Richie Rich, I think I don't know, man. Like fuck.
What about it?
Oh wait, when I was
It's
a
like
kid.
your dream. It's your dream of
Look,
having like
when I was a kid.
super jet.
When I was a kid, watched a lot of Home Alone, right? Then my mom realized that I like Macaulay Culkin, right? And then she said that, oh, watch this movie. Then from there, I think that is where the drive to fucking make money came from, right?
What?
Yeah. If you guys have a problem with my number 4, you guys are gonna definitely have
No,
problem.
but I don't think
With
I,
all of
have
us.
problem with my
I
number
don't
2.
think I will put it at number.
Yeah. But this is my favorite film. Like one of my favorite films.
Okay.
Okay, but it's probably because you grew up with it. You probably watched it 100
Yeah,
times.
A lot of times. When I was younger, that was like the movie for me. Every time it's on TV, I'll definitely watch it. There's no artistic, creative reason or whatnot. I think most of them are very pissed at me right now. But it's
fine.
It's my choice. Like
Good
I
for it.
fucking love it. Yeah.
What's the story again? I've never seen it. I just watched part of it. Like,
Oh right.
watched
So
it.
basically the father's number 2 has some issues with him. Their plane got essentially bombed, but they didn't die. So the son wants to take over the company from the number 2. And while in that process,
I'm judging you.
while in that process,
rich guy problems. Hashtag.
yeah. So, this might be a hot take, but this is my choice. I fucking love Richie.
Fine.
Fine.
That's good.
I think that I made it work.
No, but
I made it work.
everyone has their like childhood movie that they watch a million
Correct,
times.
correct.
And then
So
they just love
I
it.
feel like it's been there for me. No, it's not like my father, but like it's there for me as entertainment.
It's helped me.
Yeah. I mean, it's been there for me. I guess it deserves a place for my top 5.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. Number 3.
Okay, so my number 3 is Hugo.
What's that? Yeah.
Nope.
Never
No?
seen.
I
don't know.
Haven't watched
Never
it?
seen it. What
Okay,
is it?
so Hugo is actually a story about this boy who actually is an inventor. He became homeless because his father used to build robots and like clocks for this station. One day they actually found this bot where like it actually supposed to do what humans would do, like signing, writing. But then they didn't finish it because like I think people in the area at that era as well, wasn't really like into this like mechanical machine doing works for them. He actually got this thing to work. The thing actually wrote stuff for him, which is like in the end it actually amazed a lot of people.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah. Then for me, like why I like Hugo is because of the colors that they actually put in this film.
Yeah.
The colors is actually really.
It's a color grade as well.
Yeah. So for me is that they actually put in a lot of old elements to this film, like a very golden age type of look where, you know, with trains and that big clock in, you know, I forgot where is it. And like the creator of it was actually, like the whole set was actually built. So like entirely built, and I felt like the craftsmanship of like that whole film was like tip top.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
We haven't watched it, but I guess now I should watch it. Like,
Yeah.
sounds interesting coming from you. Unlike when I described my Richie Rich.
The color grading of Richie Rich was so beautiful.
What? I'm
The
sorry?
color grading of
I
Richie
think
Rich was so
Richie
beautiful.
Rich, I think that was the only thing I like.
The color grading. But then again, it's a
And then
fucking
the
whole
rest-
film. It's literally just the film.
The rest of that, I was just like, okay, pass. I wouldn't put it as
A hard
top
pass.
five.
Give that a hard pass.
Fair, but it's my number 4. Alright, let's move on to Ayon's number 2.
Okay, so this one I think you guys might have seen. Wally.
100%. 100%.
Okay, so have you
This is
seen
top what?
Number 3. He's number 3.
Molly.
Wally?
I
Have you
watched
seen?
it, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
It's a fucking good film.
yeah. At this
But I
point,
won't put it at number 3.
no, mine are not in order of. They're all the top 5.
Did you draw a fucking robot there?
I did. On top.
Zoom in.
So wait, is it a fucking robot?
Just on top. And then so the reason why I like Wally is the reason why I like the next one also. The beginning starts no dialogue.
100%.
Yeah.
And
Like for 2/3 of the film.
I love
right?
it. I love that. And it's like all visual storytelling. And then the character is cute but strange. And then also the desolate wasteland. And then like a love story that's built out of just like beeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I love it. I love that. Also the comment on society later that people are like huge fat people sitting in, drinking, eating fast food, and then getting wheeled around. I love it. So it has like deeper. That's what I love about Pixar movies. They have like deeper commentary.
100%.
But
you had
wrapped
issues with
in-
my Coco earlier.
It's okay. But this one, what I like about it is the character is not a person. When you make something in an object human, I forgot what it's called. But basically,
Humanized?
Yeah, sort of like they humanize this little robot, and it's so much that it has emotion. Even these little like the eyes.
The eyes you
like
can
this,
see, yeah.
You can see it when it has emotion.
But coming from me, right, I think when the humans come in with all these blobs, right, these fat blobs, when they come in, it throws away like the essence of the film essentially.
But I think
Because
that's
the love story up until the humans, it was
disagree.
beautiful. It was beautiful.
I love when the people come in.
I
I know the people come in is like,
I think
what
when
the
the
fuck?
people came in, it really also like talks about a lot on like society.
Yeah, the only part, remember when they bump into
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other? Then, oh shit, like I see another
And,
human
like-
being.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
only
And
thing that I
how,
can
like,
relate.
You know, it actually tells a lot, you know, in that one. So like, I disagree.
But I
Yeah.
feel like the
But
love
also-
story between Wally and Eva was the best already.
But you also need, with film, you need an arc. You need something to happen.
Yeah.
Correct.
It can't stay in the same like wasteland, whatever. And so, and if they're in love, what's gonna happen? They're gonna
Yeah.
make robot babies.
Yeah, maybe.
There's no ending to that story unless it goes somewhere else, I think. And then also having the people to juxtapose against. Okay, you have the little weird Wally, and then you have these weird fat people. And then you can actually get a sense of like the difference between people and robot.
Yeah.
If there's only robots on the land, then it's only robots. You know?
All right.
But I think I wouldn't put it in my top 5 for that.
I love it.
Oh,
I mean,
but Wally is a good film.
it's a good film,
sad
but-
film.
I don't know.
Well, it's
I
not,
don't know,
it's
but-
not your top 5 then, is it?
Okay.
All right, all
Let's
right.
go, Richie Rich.
My number 3. It's called Richard Risk now.
Let's go, Richard.
Alright, my number 3, Grand Budapest Hotel.
Okay.
Okay.
I do like that movie.
I disappointed them on my number 4, but my number 3.
I do like it.
Okay.
Right?
Why?
Okay, the art direction from Wes Anderson throughout this film is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's amazing. The colors, all the palettes. I don't know if you guys noticed like how they position. They block all the actors. It makes it all very symmetrical when it looks very pleasing to the eye.
Yes.
Right? That creative input that is spent there is just a different game for me.
I think for this type of film, it has to be like specific to people, you know? Because I think like not everyone
can watch it.
Not everyone
Yeah.
will be interested in that type of film.
100%.
But like, I love that film. I mean, the color grading of
It's
the
fucking
colors.
amazing.
Yeah. And the set design.
Amazing. Set design, amazing.
And the shots, the framing
It's very
of all the shots.
symmetrical, right?
And seeing like their behind the scenes of this, they
The
actually
hard
built
work.
like that whole pink house.
Correct.
Which is like stunning, the
Yeah.
details.
I mean, it's Wes Anderson lah. All
Yeah.
his films are like
Is
that.
is it the same set design person for all his movies?
I'm not too sure.
It sounds like it because
Probably actually.
Because he
all look
did
similar.
the stop motion film with the dogs.
that was good too.
yeah,
right?
I like that one.
That is one. That is also a great one from him, but like it's not in my top 5.
No.
Grand Budapest is still there.
Yeah, Grand Budapest. Agreed.
It's a good one.
Finally, Richie.
Well,
Rich.
well, trust me, I'm gonna piss them in my number 2.
So my number 2 was Glass.
No idea what that is.
Glass?
What is that?
Guys,
Is it the same? Is it the same one we split?
Yes,
it's the same
it's
one,
like
right?
the
Oh,
same.
okay.
It's the same.
I know it, but I didn't watch it.
Why would you not watch?
But I watched Split though. I watched Split. I didn't watch
What is
Glass.
it?
Split is actually like also one of my favorites, but I feel that Glass for me made it more interesting. Basically, there's this guy that has actually 26 personalities,
Oh.
and he actually changes
2-3
even
times
like
a day,
2-3
right?
times,
Yeah, a day.
which is like astonishing because to portray like different characters and different personalities.
The acting is
From
crazy.
one, yeah, from
you
one
have to be,
guy.
like,
The acting is
super
You have to
on
really
point.
in it, yeah.
And like sometimes like when I watch psychology film, it doesn't really like hit the point. And then like he suddenly changed into like this old auntie. I forgot what's her name. And then he really hits that like auntie vibe, you know. He dresses like it, you know.
Okay.
And then like at the end it became like he has this like personality that is all bad. So he wants to like destroy and stuff like that. Him like growing body and stuff like that.
Wait, he actually grows too?
Yeah. Like his body is like
That
So it's not
series
just a
is-
personality, it's like
that
his whole
series is
body.
fucking weird.
in that
That series is
like
fucking
that
weird.
is super weird.
It's
like,
weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
And it's
really
like it's crazy. I feel
I'm gonna
like
watch it. I'm gonna watch
whoever
it.
that made that like legit,
Somebody
that
make a
body
note.
looks so big.
Ion's
It's
putting it in.
I'm gonna
the
make a
phone.
note. It sounds good.
Amazing.
Making a note.
Okay.
Ion.
Okay, so one of the things I love about film, and I think things in general, is when people don't just do the same layout, the same recipe for making films. So my next one is called Run Lola Run, and it's a 90s movie, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. So basically, it's a film about a couple. It's really like a love story about this couple, but the whole movie takes place in 20 minutes of real time. And then there's 3 different endings that play in succession. So it's 20 minutes of what could have happened this way, 20 minutes this way, 20 minutes this way, but put together for 1 hour. And then there's animation used in it. And then also, the storyline is basically the boyfriend is in trouble. He did some weird shady deal and he needs $100,000 in 20 minutes. So she has to find a way to get $100,000 to get to him. So there's different options of how she can do it. And then different things happen. Like if a cat runs in the way, it stops her just a little bit. So then the times.
Disturbs the time frame.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Oh.
And then you see it side by side sometimes, the time frame.
Oh,
And
nice.
then if anyone needs inspiration for weird filmmaking, it's super weird. Break the mold.
Now, you guys were pissed at my number 4. I'm pretty sure you guys will be pissed at this one as well. But yeah, I think, okay, first of all, I have to say, like, I never wanted to be a filmmaker before. In fact, I wanted to be an economist, right? I was like really into it. This film transitioned me from wanting to be a pilot into an economist, right? So yeah, it kind of like shaped my adolescence life a bit. Number 2 is Martin Scorsese's Wolf of Wall Street.
Wow. Okay, weird choice. Very
Wolf
weird
of Wall
choice.
Street.
It's weird.
Did you see
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I watched
Okay, I watched it.
Alright, Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, see, look, our camera woman behind here.
Negative.
Face as well. Well, okay, Wolf of Wall Street, I think, of course, he did a lot of bad stuff, right? He fucking, like, the guy went to prison, drugs and stuff like that. But I think the diligence that he had to, you know, do whatever it takes to get the money has to be applauded for. There is nothing creative about this movie at all, 100%, unlike their choices.
So why do you like it?
Yeah.
Because his diligence to get money, you know? Like, of course, it
Get
was,
money.
Of course, it was bad.
Get
Of course, it was bad. Of
Get
course, it was
money.
bad. Look, I even have his book. You guys can't see, but she's pissed behind.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons why I hate that movie.
Yeah, let's hear
I
it.
totally hate it.
Same, I hate
The subtext is the way it was funded, which is our tax money. Number one.
Yep. Just name it out.
Go
Just
for
name
it. That's number one. Two, tons of like just nudity and violence and drugs for no reason, no fucking reason.
Yeah.
And then also it's like a movie that celebrates this douchey character, and then he wins in the end. He's the hero. Not any. There's no moral value. There's no anything. And the filmmaking is okay. Like Leonardo DiCaprio is great. Leonardo is great. He's great, and the direction's really cool. But in overall, as like a moral lesson, fuck out of here.
I think also, like we said earlier, like creativity and all of this is very subjective. You guys look at it that way, I look at it from another way.
I hear you. I just think that's the worst movie I've seen in the last.
Yeah, we hear
Many
you.
years.
It's fine. It's 3 against 1 here, guys. It's 3 against 1.
Our
terrible.
camera person is
Pissed as well.
It's terrible. I think official. It's official. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, it's terrible,
Point blank.
but it's my number 2.
So
Fine.
Alright. The moment of truth. This is our choices for number 1, and I hope this is gonna spice up a lot more issues.
So my first one will be The Shining.
Oh,
Like for me, like the most favorite of all films, because like it was amazing how they shot it. That's one, and how they actually implied so many different things in their set. You know, like there was this scene where the boy is playing like on the floor, and like
Yep.
it's like a pentagon.
Yeah, I remember.
Shapes on the what? It actually represents a lot. When I first watched it, I was like super shocked. I mean, it was scary, definitely. It was scary, but it was shocking that like when I watched it the second time and I actually like broke it down, I was like, wow! In one film, you can do so many things. And I think like I rarely see this type of films being made.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so like okay, like some of the scenes, they're outside in the hedge maze at the end,
Yeah.
chasing. Like that's such a crazy scene to envision, and then the way they did it is so beautiful and so crazy and scary as fuck. Like, there's not actually that much violence in the movie, but it's terrifying.
Yeah, the way they position camera and how they put it is really it makes you like shiver when you watch.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't watched it, go and watch it.
It's
guys.
great,
Don't miss it.
That's why I'm not saying
but it's also scary.
Yeah,
Just
it's
be
scary.
prepared.
also scary.
Be prepared.
Alright.
Okay, for the number 1, I'm going to stay with the Stanley Kubrick and do 2001, Space Odyssey.
Yes, this
This, when I first saw this movie, we don't need this anymore. When I first saw this movie, I didn't like it. I was like, this is so boring and I have no idea what's happening. Because there's, again, like Wally, there's no dialogue for the beginning of the movie. It's 4 different little mini movies in one movie. And it's creepy and weird and stylized. And when I first watched it, I'm like, I have no idea what this is. Because it's like, I'm like, what's the plot? But then as I watched it the second time and the third time, I was like, oh my God. And just you can freeze frame it at every frame, and it's a beautiful poster, every
It's
single
a
one.
wallpaper on its own, yeah.
It's so beautiful, and then the dialogue is amazing. So I'm obsessed with the singularity, which is when AI becomes sentient
Yes,
and then will make humans not useful anymore. The idea of a computer becoming like a person, like what's the difference between people and computers? And then the way it's delivered is so beautiful. It's kind of like, it's a little bit like Interstellar-y, if you've seen Interstellar, it's like that, but like on acid and very crazy.
Yeah.
And just like to have the audacity as a director to like come into a room, no sound, and then slowly dolly to the person for like a minute.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Like, no one would ever do that. I think people's attention spans were bigger way
Longer
back
than then, because you don't have that instant
No social
gratification
media.
on your phones and stuff like that.
But I love it. It's so beautiful, and I took a lot of inspiration from it.
I love that one as well.
Awesome. Good choice.
That.
I have nothing to say against it. It's fucking good. All right, my number one.
Oh.
I had some problem choosing number one because I love the director. So all of his films, so I fucking love it. But I have to choose this one. So it's Christopher Nolan's Interstellar.
Oh, it's a good one.
It's a good show.
Fuck, this movie tells everything from family to like fucking science.
Yeah.
Right? Do you guys know that they actually calculated physically to build the black hole?
Oh, yes.
in the movie? Yeah, so the thought that goes into it, not just the storyline, but like everything that you see on screen, it's accurate to the max already. Like that's the best based on Newton's equation and stuff like that. And then Christopher Nolan, I mean, I guess I don't think we have to say anything about him.
Yeah.
All his movies is fucking good. Yeah, Interstellar, man. Like it's just so fucking amazing. And it was shot on IMAX 70 film all the way.
That's something to talk about.
Because the cameras are fucking huge, and to cut it also is another issue, right? But it's made it that way because they really wanted to show the scale of the fucking movie, and they really pulled through. And it's my favorite movie of all time.
I like this. I like this.
At least you have a nice ending.
I got them
Not
back.
bad. It's not bad. No, that's interesting. So, like, if you look at all the movies that you picked, is there a theme of all your movies, or is it all over the place? Or there's like years of your life, like.
I think it's a combination of movies that I like and movies that make me who I am. Fair?
Yeah. I think mine's similar. Like movies that break the rules of what's supposed to
100%.
be. And then also weird, spacey.
It just describes how you are as a person, right? Yeah, because I like my rich stuff was it's just how I am with like work. And then you guys are fucking weird with like I'm not gonna do drugs.
And then like Wolf of Wall Street, they seem like balling out and like doing lines and stuff.
That says a lot about me.
Yeah, but also you're in the spirited way. I think it's definitely that mystical,
mystical,
like romantic.
And then slightly like
psycho.
psychological.
Yeah.
I'm psycho.
But very stylized. All yours are very stylized.
Yeah, it's very stylized.
Yeah. And also very like the set design is always totally nuts and all of that.
Nuts.
Well, I hope you guys had a good time with our film choices. We had some hot takes, we had some arguments, but that's just how it is in Trash Talk Top 5. So if you guys like it, please press like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And you guys have anything you guys want to plug?
Nah, it's good.
All good?
Let's go.
All good. They don't want to plug anything, but we'll just put their socials down here. And we'll see you guys next time. Ciao.
Ciao.